Hello everyone, I'm Fixxxer and I'm here to scratch my indie itch where I play short, single-session indie games like Bird of Passage. So this was developed by SpaceBackyard. You can get it on itch.io. I'll put a link in the description below. It's pay what you want. If it seems like it's a game you would enjoy, stop by over there, throw them a few bucks, and support small indie devs like this. Now I've been on this kick with games that take place in or revolve around vehicles, cars mostly, road trip type of games. So that's why I wanted to jump into this one. Let's do it. I've been living here for a long time, but this does not mean that I know where I want to go just yet. Are you from Tokyo? I thought you would recognize the Tokyo I used to know. Let's go with that. Yes, indeed. Even if I doubt, yeah. Do you live in the outskirts? I tend to roam the entire island. Lately, I've returned to explore the city. Parks and gardens are my favorite spots. I see. Wait, am I the passenger? I feel like I'm the passenger. I've become obsessed with a few species of plants. I spend hours looking at them, their colors, the shape of their leaves, the geometry of their branches. Oh, and why do you like these plants so much? Some plants are almost immortal. I feel connected to them. Why is that? Well, when you don't have to worry about how much time you have left, everything slows down. I perceive time differently from you. I'm guessing a tree would too. At a certain point, I decided millenary trees could be the answer to my questions. I went on and visited one of them in Suragoka Hachimangu. Sorry if I butcher any of these words. I don't know what millenary trees are either. Did you find the answers you were looking for? Well, not exactly. I felt less lonely though. I felt a connection. But I'm still here. Oh, what kind of connection? You see, these plants have lived through history. In a way, I did the same. They've seen a lot, haven't they? They have. For this reason, I look at them with different eyes. I deeply admire the resilience certain plants manifest. No matter what happens to them, they resist. Oh, what type of plants can do that? Well, ginkgo trees. Some of them survive the most lethal weapon man has ever created. Wait, what just popped out of our exhaust there? What was that? They're called Hiba Kujumoku. Scientists were certain nothing could grow again in that area. Ginkgos proved them wrong. You seem to know a lot about ginkgos. I spent almost a century studying them. Ginkgo, as it is written today, shouldn't even be its name. If you say so. It was misspelled. A German botanist romanized the original ideograph of ginkgo, then misprinted it as ginkgo. So is it ginkyo? Ginkjo? I don't know. Ginkgo literally means silver apricots. People often think it refers to the shape of its fruits. But technically, those aren't fruits. They're seeds. Ginkgo seeds look like silver apricots. We can agree on that. Well, I didn't know that. It also goes by the name of... I see. I'm sorry if I'm boring you. It's just... seeds are always on my mind. Shall I drive you to the nearest park? Would that help? Not really, but thank you for asking. My pleasure. So, do you know where you want to go next? Not at the moment. Just pull over, please. Sure. Thank you. Have a nice night. You too. Goodbye. Bye. Yeah, so I am the passenger. Interesting. I just talked his ear off to the point where he didn't want to drive me anymore. And that, what's that? Glitchiness. What was that? Also, what am I exactly? I'm quite tall. How do I fit in these vehicles? Okay. Greetings. Thanks for stopping. Hello, sir. Let me ask you something first. Before you ask me where I want to go, let me ask you something. Sure. Good. Do you like plants? I really do, sir, and I'd love to talk about them, but this is a silent taxi? Oh, I see. Can you please pull over? I'm having none of this silent bullshit. Of course, sir. I don't do silent taxis. That's fine, sir. Goodbye. Goodbye. If I were a taxi driver, I'd do a silent taxi. I don't want to hear your bullshit. What am I exactly? I don't get it. That thing is blinking on my head, so that's like an eye. Hello. Hello, sir. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Where do you want to go, sir? Oh, right. I could give you an address, but... thank you. That's all I need. But you wouldn't know where to find it. Sir, are you doubting my knowledge? I think I know this city well enough. Oh, not at all. Quite the contrary. I'm relying on you completely tonight. It's just that, you see, time has a bizarre way of affecting the structure of a city. This is starting to feel a little KRZ-like, right? That's for sure. Things move around. New buildings appear. Old buildings disappear. One thing is knowing how to find an address. Another thing is knowing your city inside out. That's just one of the many reasons why I rely on taxi drivers to find my path. You know how to look into every nook and cranny. If you don't mind me asking, sir, why do you like taxi drivers so much? I still remember this is weird. I still remember the first 6 taxis. Oh, you mean the new hybrid models? No, I mean the first 6 taxis that ever had the privilege of riding the streets of Tokyo. Eppin Yokyaku? Okay, that's how we called them back in the days. Motor vehicle for general passengers and travelers. However, as you can imagine, it was too long, too complex. So, shortly after, we started calling them just Takushi. I'm pretty sure taxi is short as well, isn't it? Taxi started off as a proprietary name, and it's now become generalized just like Kleenex has. I'm quite certain about that. Anyway, excuse me, what year are we talking about? Well, that's easy. It was 1912. 1912, of course. Well, at the time, I didn't have any need for a taxi, so I never had the pleasure of riding one of those 6. I remember them clearly, though, as newspapers covered the event thoroughly. It was late July. I think my first taxi ride can be dated back to 1921. What year is this taking place in, by the way? An early adopter, we may say. Well, then everything changed. Well, it surely did. We're talking about a century ago. So this is current. 11 years later, the earthquake hit. 11 years later, 1923, are we talking about that earthquake? Indeed we are. That's my turning point. Nowadays, I can only make sense of the erratic wanderings if I'm riding a taxi at night. Only at night? Why is that? I can't stand mornings? There's almost no traffic at night. Not that I'm in a rush or anything. City is simply more peaceful. As a taxi driver, I can tell you that for sure. Traffic is much better at night. It's lighter. Also, people want to be driven all the way home, not just to a nearby destination. I guess it means more money for you. It does, but it's not just that. I love to exchange stories with my night passengers. They're always willing to share some. Like me. Exactly. Well, thank you for sharing your knowledge with me and driving me around. That's okay. Shall I pull over, sir? Yep, please. Here you go. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Am I not paying these people? Also, this guy pulled over before he asked. What is that glitchiness? And are we just going to take taxis all night long? Okay. Well, hello. Hello, sir. Is this a silent taxi? No, sir. Good. Where shall I drive you? I'm not sure yet. I've been living here for a long time, but this does not mean that I know where I want to go just yet. Isn't that the first line of the game? You're from Tokyo. It is. Wait, what? What did I choose the first time? I chose the first one. Yes, I am, in a way. I come from a lost version of Tokyo. Well, what do you mean lost? Literally, the city in which I was born is not on a map any longer. Are they referencing the earthquake with this? Or are they... Yeah, well, I'm with the driver. That version of Tokyo disappeared into a void. There are witnesses that can confirm this. I see. What kind of witnesses? Witnesses that have seen and experienced the devastation that took place. You mean survivors? Like you? Maybe, but they belong in a museum. I don't. You mean old things? Well, they are no longer just things. They have been reshaped by history. They're now artifacts. They carry a story. The clock stopped working on that day. Let's go with that. You could still read the time on the clocks that stopped working on that day. Well, what time was it? 11:58 a.m., but most clocks stopped a bit later. Time stood still as nature raged all at once, collapsing the pillars of the sky and snapping the axis of the earth. It lasted 2 days and 3 nights. After that, the only Tokyo that survived is the one engraved in our collective memory. Are you talking about the Great Kanto earthquake? A mighty blue sky welcomed our morning. I am. It was a perfect weather for a Saturday. When was it? It was the 1st of September, 1923. That's the day I died. Together with thousands of other people. I wasn't alone then. I am now. How is this even possible? Stuck between two worlds. It must have something to do with... I believe the real question should be another one. Ooh, I like that. He's like, what? The question should rather be, how do I stop? How do I free myself from this limbo? Clearly you can't help me, but that's okay. It's not your fault. Thank you for the ride. Please stop the car. Okay. Goodbye. Bye. So, I'm pretty sure this is a real occurrence, right? The earthquake. I don't know a whole lot about Japanese history. I do know there was a big earthquake at one point. Was that in 1923? I'm assuming it was. So is this like a limbo type thing? I don't know. Greetings and thank you for shopping. Oh my god. Stopping! Hello, sir? Let's go with that this time. Okay. Well, thank you. I enjoyed a moment of silence. Shall I pull over, sir? Yes, please. Alright, goodbye. Goodbye. I have no idea what's going on. There's that glitchiness again. Is this supposed to be never ending? Or am I supposed to find like the proper answers? I didn't think there were proper answers in a game like this. Hello. Hello, sir. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Oh, where do you want to go, sir? Oh, right. Oh, I can use the arrow keys for this as well. Goody, I don't have to do the mouse. Yeah, see, I've already run to these before. Let's choose something different. Just drive. Rough night, sir. One of the many, unfortunately. Sorry to hear that, sir. My nights are endless. Do you suffer from insomnia, sir? I don't need to sleep at all. Actually, I don't need to sleep at all. I linger, suspended in the liminal space of your moving taxi. I love the word liminal. Liminal means between two places, basically. I guess you could call it a limbo, but not necessarily. I think it suggests that you will ultimately reach a destination. I don't know, but it does mean you're stuck between two places. That's kind of fun. Interesting. I'm a wanderer. I have no fixed roots. I have no place to call home. I exist within the boundaries of my own tale. I've tailored my routine accordingly, night after night. I tell and retell my story to different taxi drivers so that I won't forget why my existence is still on hiatus. I'm a bird of passage that desperately tried to migrate between two worlds and got stuck in one. Oh, I see. Do you feel like telling me your story? Would that help? You're very kind. Thank you. And yes, it would definitely help. Well, what are you waiting for? I'm all ears. The story begins like this. I was in the garden, holding some seeds in my hands. So far so good. It's funny how I remember being alive, thanks to the mundanity of my last actions. That's pretty normal, I guess. It's just another Saturday in a vast collection of Saturdays. Oh, well, what about the seeds? Right, the seeds. You see, late autumn is the right season to plant your ginkgo seeds. September is not the right month. I had to put them away, store them in a dark place. So those were ginkgo seeds. Please go on. And then the earth beneath my feet started trembling. Fissures ripped the ground. Everything crumbled. All of a sudden, something hit me. Hard. In the back of my head. That's terrible. I fell on my knees, facing the back of my garden. An aftershock pushed me to the ground. And the seeds? They rolled away. I dedicated my very last thought to them. That's for sure. I died shielding them with my body. Well, that's interesting. Why do you find it interesting? Because from what you've just told me, it looks like the protagonists of your story have switched roles. You were the one holding the seeds, and now you're the one held in this limbo by the seeds. You died protecting them. I guess you have to find out what happened next. You're right. That's the interesting bit. You should focus on understanding the role of the seeds in all this, I think. Very well then. I must focus on the seeds. At least that's my advice. Sounds reasonable to me. Now I need to think alone. You want me to pull over? Yeah, please. You've been very helpful tonight, thank you. Always happy to help, sir. Goodbye. Goodbye. So I am in some sort of limbo. There's that glitch. Why? Oh, you know what? Is my face a clock? Is my eyeball a clock? What was it the time? 11:58 is when it happened, but the clock stopped shortly after? Because that's when he died. So is his face the time that he died? Hello. Hello, sir. Is this a silent taxi? No, sir. Good. Should I drive you? I'm not sure yet. I've been living here for a long time, but this does not mean that I know where I want to go just yet. Oh, you from Tokyo? Let's try. So we've already gone through this 2 times. Let's try the third one. Tokyo was shattered a long time ago. Shattered? It crumbled to pieces. It was gone in a blink. How did you survive? I didn't. I see. I died with and within my city. Huh? It was almost noon. People were preparing lunch. As the earthquake struck, the stoves were on. The shockwaves were so powerful that the water pipes burst. Fires spread fast through the city, and there was no water to extinguish them. I see. It's a tragic story. How do you cope with such memories? I don't. Huh? Please stop the car. I'm sorry if I've offended you somehow. I just need some fresh air. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Bye. See, but that I don't know if that's a clock. If that light area were the hands, it looked like it would be like 1:15. So I don't know. Let's get the show on the road. Greetings. Thanks for stopping. Hello, sir. This is a silent taxi. There are only two choices. I've already done both of these. Let's do this. Before you ask me where I want to go, let me ask you something first. Sure. Good. I think I chose the first one last time, right? Do you mind if we chat a bit while you drive me around? I'm sorry, sir, but this is a silent taxi. Oh, I see. Is there anything else I can do for you? No, thank you. That's all. I'm afraid I don't do silent taxis. That's fine, sir. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, see, I don't think that's a clock. There's that glitch. I don't understand what the glitch means. It makes me feel that, I mean, I'm in a limbo, but the glitch makes me feel like it's a digital limbo, which I don't think makes sense at all, considering that I died in 1923. Hello. Hello, sir. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Where do you want to go, sir? Oh, right. It doesn't really matter. It kind of does. I need to know your destination to choose a route. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. That's okay. So where do you want to go, sir? Drive me through the night. Huh. Do you suffer from insomnia, sir? Oh, why do you ask? Well, it's in the middle of the night, and it looks like you have no clear destination in mind. Many insomniac passengers tend to soothe their minds by traveling at this hour. I see. As if being transported from one place to another could facilitate their flow of thoughts or alleviate their pain. Travel to unravel, as they say. Precisely. Does it work? As far as I can tell, sometimes it does. A couple of times I had to wake them up and I felt terrible about it. How could I wake up a person that suffers from insomnia? Anyway, since it's not your case, if you don't mind me asking, what brings you to my taxi so late at night? It's part of my routine. I love taxis, you see. Oh, why is that? All the different signs that adorn the roof of the taxis here in Tokyo. Oh yes, the neon signs. They're all different. Some of them are quite rare. When I'm particularly bored or sad, I stop only taxis with certain symbols. They're all different, yet some of them are rare, which would suggest that some of them are the same. I don't know. Let's proceed. As the years go by, certain signs are disappearing, but I like to think of myself as a collector of film stills. In my mind, I've cataloged so many different neon signs. Do you like to collect things in general? Only as mental images. You see, since I cannot possess anything tangible, I pride myself on intangible inventory. Huh. Well, that's quite convenient. When you travel a lot, you don't need to bring any luggage with you. So what are the best pieces in your collection? Some gorgeous memories of several sunrises and my collection of intangible possessions. Oh, I love sunrises as well. Each of them is connected to the memory of a particular day in my life. Mornings used to be my favorite part of the day. Not anymore? Can't stand mornings anymore. They remind me of the life I had before the earthquake. Also, Tokyo has changed so much that I don't recognize it anymore. I feel like an outsider all the time. Do you prefer to roam Tokyo by night? Yes, darkness smooths everything out. Sometimes, just for a moment, I almost feel like the earthquake never happened and I'm still in Tokyo. Then reality hits. I see the neon lights, the traffic, all the new buildings. When do you normally start your daily routine? After the 5 p.m. bell. Every day I wait for the Goji no Chamu, whatever that is, I don't know. And then I go out. It reassures me to know that the system works. Well, nowadays it is mainly used for public announcements and to remind the children when it's time to go home. So is it some kind of like PA system? I don't know. Of course, but its real purpose is to transmit warnings and emergency broadcasts throughout the country. That's why it was originally built. That's why they test it every day. We must be prepared. Always. Let's hope we'll never need it again. Well, you're absolutely right, sir. Let's hope so. Anyway, I have to admit I love to hear those daily chimes. They're uplifting. Well, I think I'm done for tonight. Thank you for driving me around. My pleasure. Here you go, sir. Goodbye. Goodbye. Is that it? Well, we got another cab. We're going back to the regular music. Hello? Hello, sir. Is this a silent taxi? No, sir. Good. Should I drive you? I'm not sure yet. I've been living here for a long time, but this does not mean that I know where I want to go just yet. From Tokyo? So, again, I don't know if there's an actual end to this game. I would assume so, but I have not reached it yet. I've chosen all 3 of these, so I feel like I'm not going to get any new dialogue. We'll do one more just to see. Yes, indeed. Even if I doubt you would recognize the Tokyo I used to know. You live in the outskirts? I tend to roam the entire island. Lately, I've returned to explore the city. Parks and gardens are my favorite spots. See, I've become obsessed with a few species of plants. I spend hours looking at them, their colors, shape of their leaves, the geometry of their branches. Oh, and why do you like these plants so much? I like walking around the gardens. Nature is the only thing that keeps changing while remaining exactly identical with itself. I find comfort in looking at the very same tree, season after season. You'll always be able to predict the shape and color of the leaves, the direction of the branches, the texture of the bark. So, nothing changes, you say? What else do you like about gardens? The peacefulness. I love taking care of my plants, even if now I can only observe them. Yeah, gardens are a peaceful place. Do you like plants? Not particularly. That just messed my world up, didn't it? I'm about to cut this guy's throat and I'm in limbo. Can't Can you please pull over? Sure. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Alright, so what I'm going to do, since I don't know how this game ends, I'm going to play a little bit of this off camera. I'll just edit it out. And if I get to some sort of ending, I'll edit that in. That way you guys don't have to see the same old stuff. Because I feel like this game doesn't end, and that's kind of the point, is that we're stuck in limbo. So I suppose I'll see you in a moment. Aha, we got a new option here. So this is the guy that we tell like the whole story to, about being in the garden and getting struck in the head and dropping the seeds. I have this option now that you know what happened exactly. What do you think? Me? Yes, do you think that's even possible? Do you think my ginkgo seeds may have survived? Well, tonight you've told me that these plants are quite resistant. One of them has even survived the same earthquake that killed you. It did. So if you ask me, I'd say that yes, it's possible. More than that, I believe we will find your ginkgo tree. Its roots planted deeply where you once fell on your knees. Its branches vigorously reaching for the sky. After so many years and struggles, you will finally stand beneath your ginkgo with myriads of tiny yellow fan-shaped leaves falling upon you, like a silent rain. Do you really believe that? I do. No one ever believed my story. Nobody ever took the time to really listen to me. Nobody ever nurtured the seeds of my tale until you did, tonight. It's made all the difference. You've finally given me closure. For this, I cannot thank you enough. Oh, you're welcome. As a taxi driver, it's my duty to bring you to your destination, and I think we're here, at last. Indeed we are. After all these years, I'm here, again. You're home. I am. Goodbye. Goodbye. So all this time he was trying to go home. Stuck in a liminal space. So in a way, he is the tree, right? The tree grew on top of him. Used him for nutrients. Becomes a tree. I was beginning to think that he was a tree in the first place. Because the way they kind of said it, you know, that he liked to just stand in his garden and he liked looking at things. It kind of made me feel like, and you know, he had the seeds in his hands and they fell. When he fell, you could actually kind of say that maybe he was a tree himself and not a person. Something struck him, he broke, he fell, the seeds fell to the ground, and a new tree sprouted up in its stead. I was beginning to think that. I don't think that's the case, though. I think he was an actual person. But who knows? I could be wrong. That was lovely. I liked it. So I think all that really needed to happen to get to the end was picking the right questions to ask. Thank you for driving the yokai home. Taxi? Can we go back into limbo? I guess we can. Okay. So I don't know how quickly you can beat this game. Is it something that you can beat in 10 minutes because of the right selections? Or was I unlocking certain paths as I went through each cycle, or whatever you want to call it, each loop? I don't know. I have no idea. But once we learned the full story, we got taken home. But anyways, I enjoyed it. Let me know how you guys liked it in the comments below. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.